We're we're only we're only what, 38 minutes late?
Well, if we didn't just talk to each other like on the side for half an hour before we start, we would have started on time.
So technically we did start on time.
Technically, we were here on time. We were here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just didn't start working on time. We just kind of, yeah, you know, we just hung around the water cooler for half an hour before we
Yes.
got started.
Hey, do me a favor, wherever you're watching this, just put in the chat where you're watching, just so I know that everything's working nicely. You know, just to make sure. Because I
Just
have a
so we can
major
make sure there's no technical difficulties.
yeah, like usual. But I have a major announcement to kick things off.
All right.
I will now be wrapping my homemade subs with parchment paper. That's right. In case you in case you missed the announcement, starting now, I will be wrapping my own homemade subs with parchment paper, let them sit in the paper and ferment, then eat the sub when all the juices have blended together. Roker, what are your thoughts on this?
And this is so that you end up with a more flavorful sub. You've been given this tip from somewhere, from
Yes.
someone.
Yes, I've seen some videos on it. Well, let's talk about that first because every sub you buy is in paper and everything's together nicely. Like if you just make a sub, it's too like fat, too loose. The best part of a sub is the tightness of the sub, right?
Yes, they have a good they that's why I would never be able to work at a sub shop because I can't ever get like if I get a sub and I eat half of it, I can't even get it back in the paper to put it back in the sleeve it came in.
Oh yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. So they're very good at wrapping those subs tight. It obviously has something to do with it.
So that's the one thing. That's one of the major things that I'll be doing now is wrapping all my homemade subs. And I don't know how long to let them sit there for, but I do plan on letting them sit for a while to get everything together nicely. Then from there, I'll cut the sub in half. Now, another thing I'm doing now is I'm putting the oil and vinegar on my lettuce and seasoning the lettuce in a separate bowl. What do you think about that?
Interesting. So the bread doesn't
I've
get
already
soggy.
started this. Yes, I've already started this. And you know who does it? JP Graziano's. They do that with all their subs.
Well, I'm always getting now my oil and vinegar on the side. Always now. So that the sub doesn't get soggy and then I can put it on as much or as little as I want when I'm going to eat the sub, especially if it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm only going to eat half this sub. Well, why have the entire sub doused in oil and vinegar? And then I only ended up eating half of it.
Yeah.
And then when I go to eat the rest of it, now I've got kind of a soggy mess. So I always get a lot of stuff on the side now.
Wow. See, I don't like that. That's too much work. I mean, for a bought sub. I mean, if I was making my own, yeah. That's
It's not that much. Well, the thing is, like for instance, jalapenos. Okay, I'll get those on the side in a container because jalapenos are like a roll of the dice. You'll get some that are like mild. You'll get some that are like smoking hot. But if they're on your sandwich already, then now they're a pain in the ass if they're like really hot.
Yeah.
But if you have them off to the side, then you can adjust accordingly.
You know what's something else I've given up on is the microwave. Like I when I heat stuff up now, I either put it on my grill in tinfoil or I put it in the oven. Because the microwave ruins shit.
Well, we warm up most of our stuff now in the air fryer. Especially if it's like fried chicken, pizza, something like that.
Yeah.
You literally can't put it in the microwave because it just sogs it up. If I'm doing something that's liquid or something like that, I can warm it up in the microwave, but I don't use it that much. I think the thing that we use the microwave for most often is to hide food in it so that the cat doesn't get to it.
Yeah.
because the
I don't
cat
use
has
it.
literally been jumping on top of the refrigerator to find food that we've hidden. So
It's a smart cat.
we have to. He's smart. He's real smart. He knows whenever one of us is in that room that the smells come out of, that we're probably eating something.
Have you ever like prepared like I've planned days around going to certain, you know, like a not a fancy restaurant, but like let's just say a burger restaurant or like a chicken sandwich restaurant. Cause I went to one the other I don't want to say the name because I don't want to, you know, because I had a bad experience there. But it was
Uh-oh.
a place with it looked like a very good chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, it wasn't as delicious as I expected. And doesn't that kind of like ruin your day when you've been waiting and wait like for a week? I want to go there, and then you finally get there, and then it's not what you expected. It's like a big letdown.
Well, see, I'm like that with. I try and avoid those situations with everything because the more you build something up in your head, the easier it's going to be for it to not meet your expectation.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
exactly
this
right.
is why I don't see a lot of movies in the theater. Now, this is pre-COVID. If there's a movie in the theater, then I need to see it like when it first comes out. Because if it comes out and then everyone's like, oh, you got to go see the new Bond movie or the
Yeah,
new Marvel movie or the new whatever movie, and it's great. So now the expectation is up here, right?
yeah,
It's gone up here. So now the movie very well may be great, but it still may not meet the expectation that I've put to it in my head. So point being is I try and keep my expectations level
yeah,
in regards to anything, whether or not it's a movie, whether or not it's a restaurant, a meal, something like that. Because if you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this for so long, uh, and then by the time you do it, it's very hard for it to meet up to your expectation. The only thing that I can think of that usually always still lives up to my expectation is New Orleans food.
yeah. I've
You
never been
know,
there still, but
but I'm saying I wait a year. I'm like, I wait a year to get back. I go back and it doesn't disappoint.
yeah, I need to go to Drago's. That's your spot, right?
Oh, it's outstanding.
Yeah, I need
It's
that.
outstanding.
That's a trip I need to make at some point. I'll add that to the list.
So this was like a fried chicken sandwich?
Yeah, so they're known for their burgers too, but I got the chicken sandwich. Here's the first red flag. You walk in.
Was this a fast food restaurant or a restaurant?
I would compare it to
Fast casual?
on like a Fry the Coop, something like
So
that.
it's a restaurant.
Yeah, but
It's
Fry the
not a
Coops.
chain.
They have a couple locations, I believe.
Okay, but it's not. We're not talking about like a Popeye's chicken sandwich or something, or we're not
No, it's like
talking about like that.
$12, whatever,
Yeah,
$14.
I know. I know the type of. I probably know.
In fact, I'll type it
Of
into the
where you're
private.
speaking. Are
I'm
you
gonna
going to type it up?
I'll
I'm
type it to
gonna,
you in the private chat.
and I'll type something to you in a private. Okay. I haven't heard of that place.
Well, the one I went to is
Oh,
in
well, would you think you'd get a good chicken sandwich there?
the place looks awesome. Now, the first red flag was we walk in and Kathy, my girlfriend, she wanted to get something on the side. They're like, oh, we don't do that.
Mm,
Like we don't mix. You can't mix and match the sandwiches. I'm like, what? Like, hey,
interesting.
Wolfgang, you're not Wolfgang Puck.
Well, see, I was just going to say that's a chef thing. That's a chef thing. Chefs are very um protective about how their food is kind of meant to be eaten.
Yeah,
It's all supposed to go together. So they don't like substitutions. They don't like to add things on or take things off.
yeah, but
If
you're
you
in a
go to
chicken restaurant. Like you're not. This isn't some fancy. This isn't
under,
a Linea.
understood, I understand, but I'm saying it's a chef thing. So it wouldn't surprise me if the chef of this place came from, not a fast food or fast casual background. If you go to a upscale restaurant, right? And by upscale, I don't mean like Gibson's. If you go to like a white tablecloth, like if you go to Alinea, and Alinea is not a good example because it's kind of gastronomy. But if you go to like a real high end restaurant, there's not going to be salt and pepper on the table.
No,
because the food is seasoned properly, in their opinion.
Yeah,
and usually it is seasoned properly. So whenever they say, like, when there's a no substitutions type of a thing, that's usually like a chef thing. And then you also have to in this post COVID time, you have to be wary of like ingredients like being downgraded because of either they're not getting enough business or something like that. That's why it's another red flag. Like when a place is going to go out of business, they start to substitute different ingredients for cheaper ingredients, and you can taste the difference. And then it doesn't taste the same, and then more people stop coming because it's not the same anymore.
Yeah,
it's a ripple effect. So, it's very possible that, it could have something to do with their lack of staff. It could have something to
no,
do
no,
with
no, 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 no. This is like, hey, could you put this bacon jam on my chicken sandwich that doesn't go
and
on
they're
this
like,
one?
no.
No, no,
They're
no.
like, no.
And she asked if she could have it on the side, and they said we can't do
no.
that. Yeah, you know my famous Lou Malnati story, right?
Well, if somebody said that to me, the first thing I would say is you can't or you won't.
Are you injured or are you hurt?
Yeah, it's a very interesting answer there, because if you won't, then you're not really into pleasing the customer. Yeah. And if you can't, I really need to hear why you can't.
Yeah,
because I think you can, unless you're physically unable to or something. Like, oh, I have no thumbs, that's why I can't. Oh, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me mention two things here. Do you know my famous Lou Malnati's burger story?
No. You went to Lou Malnati's for a burger?
No, this was 20 years ago.
Okay. Still.
Between 19 and 20 years ago. I didn't want pizza. So we're in Lou Malnati's. My Ryan Mano was he was sitting across from me. So he's verified this story a million times. So we're at Lou Malnati's. I order I say, can I have a bacon cheeseburger? This is the first time I've ever dealt with this situation that I just dealt with at this place I told you about. So the waiter goes, yeah, no problem. Then he comes back and he says, hey, the chef won't do it. I'm like, what do you mean the chef won't do it? He's like, oh, the chef won't put a bacon on his burger. I said, okay, let me get the bacon on the side. He said, fine. Then he comes back and he said, oh, the chef won't do it because he knows you're going to put the bacon on the burger. I'm like, what? Again, you're working at Lou Malnati's. This isn't some fancy restaurant.
Yeah, it's a chef thing.
And like you said, you're really turning off a customer. Like you know what I mean to a restaurant? Guys like you and I, we're like revenue generators for these places. Like we're like the hot girl at a club. That's how important.
There's no question. There's like just like the fat bouncer that looks like me is supposed to let the hot chicks into the club.
Yeah.
You should be letting us slobs into the restaurant, because we are going to be, revenue generating for you. Absolutely.
But not just that, but you have to worry about the dollars and not the pennies. That's something I've always said. You always worry about the dollars. I'm worth I'm worth so much money to you. If you're worried about this 50 cents you're saving on sauce or whatever, James Van Osdale, we're like the hot girls at a club. uh, if we are the hot girls at the club. And if you're worried about these pennies now, you're losing out on, I'm telling you, when you turn Roker and I off, you're losing thousands of dollars. Let's say I go to your restaurant once a month, okay? $20, easy, right? I'm a $240 customer, okay? Now, if I go twice a month, I'm a $500 customer. Because you didn't want to give me 50 cents worth of sauce, you're losing $500 a year on just me.
That's exactly right.
Roker's another $1,000. That's $1,500 you're losing per year because you didn't want to give us some barbecue sauce. You won't give me a substitute. You won't give me bacon jam so I can put it on my on a different sandwich. You're losing me forever. I'm never going back now.
And another, see, and I have to ding you a little bit for ordering a cheeseburger or a bacon cheeseburger at Lou Malnati's, because you don't go to Lou Malnati's for a burger. I know that Lou Malnati's has burgers, but you don't go to Lou Malnati's for a burger. My wife and I went to a seafood restaurant with some friends, a relatively, upscale. I mean, the halibut's like $32 type of seafood restaurant, right? And she didn't want seafood. So she ordered the steak. And I'm like, how's your steak? She's like, it's okay. And I said, you know why? Because it's a seafood restaurant. You don't come here for steak.
Okay, but whatever.
So that's my rule.
Okay, but that's your rule. Yeah. But your rule even tells you how much more ridiculous it is because burgers aren't even their specialty. This guy at Lou Malnati's is treating a burger like it's his oh, this is my classic burger. No one even gives a fuck about your burger except me because I didn't want pizza that day. You should throw piss. If I say, can you put some elephant shit on this burger? He should say, no problem. Rat droppings, whatever you need, man.
And he says, I can't put elephant shit on this burger. And
I don't have it.
You can't or you won't.
Exactly. For that one, he probably can't. But yeah, if you run a restaurant, please worry about the dollars and not the pennies. If I ask you for barbecue sauce, you know what you say? Here it is on the house. On the house. Don't charge me 70 cents. It doesn't, that's 70 cents. And I know sauces are expensive, but trust me, and like Claire just said, the word of mouth that I bring someone, Roker and I are the greatest spokesmen ever for restaurants if we like them. If you treat us right, I'm going to tell everyone. Jersey Mike's, you know how many people went to Jersey Mike's because of me? So many people. Like a lot of people. No. In fact, they send me messages all the time. Hey, I'm at Jersey Mike's.
Me.
Exactly.
You turned me on to Jersey Mike's, which reminds me, I have another buy one. I have a buy one, get one free I need to use before the end of the month.
What? You do?
It's in the entertainment book.
Man. Oh, it's in the entertainment book?
It's in the entertainment book.
Man.
And I don't even think they're going to have an entertainment book next year. I think it's just going to be the app.
Oh, they have an app?
They're just going to do, they have the app. I don't even take the book with me anymore. I just take the app.
But you still pay for the
so they
app,
have a buy one, get the same free. So you buy a giant and you get another giant for free.
Man, that's quite the deal.
It is.
How do you get that? Just entertainment? What do you type in?
Yeah, if you were to just type in entertainment book into Google or whatever, it'll come up. And this is the entertainment app. It's asking me, am I enjoying the app? Not really. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, rate our app. Remind me later. No, thanks. No, thanks.
This is it here?
There you go. And then you just, you sign up, make sure, go to, probably if you go to Rakuten.
To what?
You'll probably get a discount.
What's Rakuten?
It used to be, I can't think of their name in the last year or something. But if you go there, you'll get a percentage off. Yeah, you'll get 10% cash back on your Rakuten account. I'll send you a link to sign up for Rakuten. It's free, and then you have a bunch of stores and stuff when you buy through them that you'll get discounts on. That you'll get cash back on.
Here you go. Look right here. Rakuten used to be Ebates.
Ebates. That's right.
That's from Gunsmith Cat 74. Hey, Roker, Justin Johnson. How come you guys never talk about Firehouse subs? I like a Firehouse sub. I think it's good.
There aren't a lot around me. I think the only Firehouse sub that I even recall seeing was downtown.
There's one. I know.
I haven't had it yet.
There's one in Oak Lawn for sure. I don't know the downtown one you're speaking of. That one might be gone already. I think there's some in some of the. There's multiple locations. I mean, we can pull that up right now.
Okay, I'm sending you the Rakuten link. I just texted it to you.
Okay.
So when you sign up for Rakuten, you're gonna get $40 cash back after you.
Oh my God!
After you buy something, and then when you buy the entertainment book, you go to Rakuten, type in entertainment, and then it'll say shop now, and then you sign up through there.
Roker, there's apparently a Firehouse subs on Ashland and Roosevelt.
Okay, so let's see.
So that's pretty close to where I live. I mean, close enough.
I haven't had Firehouse subs yet.
You haven't?
I have not had it yet.
Now, is it as good as Jersey Mike's? No. I mean, if you're looking for the Jersey Mike's experience, just keep going to Jersey Mike's. Is it as good as Jimmy John's? Tom Smith. Look at this rookie here, Tom Smith. Have you guys ever been to Fry the Coop?
Tom Smith, we love you, but Abe's been all over Fry the Coop since they opened the Oak Lawn location.
I started out Fry the Coop
3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Hey, kid, I was behind their success. I've told more people about Fry the Coop probably than Coop himself.
And actually, I had to go to like Christ Hospital for some tests or something. So I went to the Jersey Mike's over there. And then on the way to Jersey Mike's, I saw that there was Fry the Coop. So after I got my Giants from Jersey Mike's, I went over to Fry the Coop and did a Cactus Jack. And then
the bang bang.
Bang bang. That's right. and brought home Fry the Coop and Jimmy John's Giants. And the Fry the Coop sandwich was
Jimmy John's?
I mean, not Jimmy John's.
Oh, yeah.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's, yeah.
And the sandwich was humongous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I was pleased with it.
I have a Fry the Coop over here in pretty close to me too. There's one in Westtown. In fact, there's one
that's across the street from where you used to live, right?
That's what I was gonna say. I used to live on Chicago and Ashland. I lived above a pharmacy. And it was that area was first of all, there was a liquor store next to me where the Rothschild's liquor, where the sign, it was like, remember, you've seen the movie Big, right? Where you see like the sign in the window, like you can't sleep because the liquor store sign is blaring into my window.
Yes. Yeah.
The minute I moved out, like within weeks, they take down that sign, they get rid of the liquor store, Fry the Coop moves in. I mean, I still wouldn't want to live over there because it's still not. I
was going to say you were the last thing keeping away the gentrification. They fixed up the liquor store, brought in some respectable businesses. It's not like there's an Army surplus store there anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, there's not all like peep show jerk off booths anymore. There's some other options. But there was actually, remember that place Mexique, that like Michelin star restaurant?
Actually, yes, and yes, and I've met up with him a couple of times. He's got a new restaurant right now at Tuco is his new restaurant.
Tuco, like from Breaking Bad.
I didn't think of it in that way, but I guess
tight.
But that's his new. That's right. But yeah, that's his new restaurant.
Where's that at?
He's one of the few people to get a Michelin star for Mexican food.
Is it just TZUCO? Upscale regional Mexican cuisine. Is this it here?
Let's see. I think that's it.
Whoa, 720 North State. That's not too far from my work.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
I have to check that out.
And
But is it even that good, or would I be better off just going to like Zacatecas?
And I'm blanking on the name. It depends what you want. You know what I mean? Depends what you have a taste for. Some people go, man, I've got a taste for Mexican, and they go to Taco Bell.
Yeah, look how fancy.
I'm not that person. Right.
What
exactly.
Roker, what the fuck is this? I'm gonna eat a lemon with some.
I know.
Hershey's.
I know. You may not be.
Yeah, I don't want this shit.
Okay. Well, see.
I mean, I would eat it free. I would eat it free.
Right.
Like if you gave me like.
Finally, you're coming around to me. Finally.
But like, look, this is my favorite right here. Like, what is this? What is it? A lemon?
Usually, if I'm ever at a restaurant like that, we'll leave, and my wife and I'll turn to each other and go, "Okay, so what are we going to go get to eat?" Because we're still hungry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad that it was all pretty and everything, and we put it on Instagram. But
are these white Hershey Kisses?
Popeyes. I got a coupon.
Are these white Hershey Kisses here?
That's probably some type of. I'm going to guess that's meringue.
Meringue, the white shit.
I'm gonna guess that looks like that's a dessert to me.
What's the yellow thing that looks like a lemon? Is that a lemon?
It probably is something that looks like a lemon that you break open, and it's you know, I don't know, maybe some lemon curd comes out or something.
I'd rather go to Zacatecas. I'd rather go to Paco's Tacos. Yeah, I'm not a fan of, like, I went to Next with my girlfriend. You know, it's like the Alinea, the second restaurant with Alinea. It's like,
yes,
you pay like hundreds of dollars, and it's not even that sad. And anything that's delicious, you want more of, and it's like one bite anyway. So you can't get like 100 more bites.
This brings it back around to what I was saying earlier about living up to expectations. Do you know how unbelievable Alinea would have to be at this point for me to go there and be satisfied?
Oh yeah.
It would, right? It would have to just be beyond mind blowing, because all I've heard for the last, you know, however many years is Alinea. So
yeah,
even if Alinea is out of this world fantastic, it probably is not going to live up to the expectation that I've built up in my head. See, that's the problem with going to those types of restaurants.
Yeah.
Now, if it's because she wanted to go there, that's different. Yeah. I'm you know, you're trying to please her, that's fine. But as far as something like that, an Alinea or a Next or something like that, it's gonna have to even be better than what I hope it's going to be.
Well, think about it this way.
Feel satisfied about it. I mean, the best compliment you could probably get from me is it was worth every penny.
Yeah. And it's not,
because I don't like paying for things. I don't like spending money.
Well, think about it this way. Okay. If you go to Gibson's, if you and I get tomahawks at Gibson's and we get all the sides and we get everything, it's still going to be probably half the price of Alinea. And that's us eating like kings at Gibson's.
See, that's a fantastic way of looking at it. That's a fantastic way of looking at it. It's like you can go to Gibson's and eat like a king and feel like and feel like you've saved money.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So that's a great way to look at it. That's a great, there's some show on like Channel 50 that my wife and I have been watching that just basically shows like 30 seconds of each house that's like for sale. And then at the end of the show, they go, and now it's time for our national spotlight, where they show like houses in like Bel Air and the Hamptons and shit like that. And there was literally, I think I told you about that. There was literally a house for like $90 million.
Yeah.
And it was obviously like Stallone's crib, because there was statues of Stallone and like Andy Warhol Stallones on the wall and shit like that. Yeah. $90 million. And then they show a house that's in like Miami on the beach. That's a mansion that was $10 million. And I'm going, you could get 10 of those houses for the one star.
Yeah, exactly.
House. You could still have 80 million in your pocket and buy that mansion.
Yeah, so it makes no sense. And it's like, I don't care to live. If I'm that rich, living in Sylvester Stallone's house means nothing. A great example of that is Michael Jordan's house is still on the market 20 years later. Like, don't you think it would be cool to live in Michael Jordan's house with the big 23 on the gate here in like in Illinois, and no one's bought it?
Yeah, because I mean, if you buy it, it's because, I mean, you obviously have so much money that it doesn't even mean anything to you to buy it. Or if you have the kind of money to buy that, then you might as well have something made custom
to your specifications. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Just like he did.
I always said if I hit the $100 million lottery, I would consider buying that place as like the party house, like the clubhouse where like you
Airbnb it out.
No. Our party house. That's where we like just go and hang out. It's like having a club, like, cause we're rich. You can't be out. Like if I'm rich, you're never going to see me in public because I don't want to get killed or anything.
Right.
So I can only invite, and I would invite you, but I'd say, hey, and I know I know Roker does not tell people anything because we both got hired to work at the Loop, and he wouldn't even tell me he got hired because he's like, I was told not to say anything. And I'm like, but Roker, I got hired too. I'm starting Tuesday. Are you going to be there Tuesday? I was told not to say anything. So I know
about.
So I know Roker. I know Roker's a good steel trap. So Roker, if I hit the 100 million, you'll be on my party list. Like, hey, Roker, come bring Claire. I'm gonna have some bedrooms set up for you guys, food. There's gonna be bricks of cash you could leave with, whatever. Just don't tell anyone else because we're gonna be doing these parties all the time.
Yeah, I see. I appreciate that. It's like there was a I don't know if you've seen the news lately, but there was like outside of Joliet, there was like it was a Halloween party that like somebody started shooting and like 12 people got shot and a couple of people got killed. And they kept saying it was supposed to be a small party and then it got out of hand. there were like 200 people there.
Yeah.
And, at like 2 a.m. I'm like, how does that happen? Because
people have big mouths.
People have big mouths. They put it out on social media. All kinds of stuff. I was like, that would never happen. I have parties. I've had parties in the past.
Yeah.
And they don't get out of hand. And I would make sure I wouldn't come to your party with 6 extra people that you didn't know.
Yeah.
Just because you invited me.
That's like these assholes.
It was okay.
It's like these assholes who bring a Tinder date to a wedding. Or they just bring some random person they're banging to a wedding. It's like, you think they want this loser in all their wedding pictures?
Right.
Like
exactly.
Just go. It's actually better if you go solo because if you're single anyway, you might as well leave your options open.
Go solo? Well, absolutely. Because, and I've said this in the past. I don't think I've said it here, but the thing about a wedding is, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female.
Yeah, everyone's depressed.
If you're looking to hook up, you're going to get the best they're ever going to look. They're going to kind of be in their Sunday best, right? Whether or not they're male or they're female, they're going to be in their Sunday best and they're going to be hammered. And usually it's at like a hotel or something.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And then you have like a room,
discounted room, right? You're at the Ramada for $79. I mean, this is just the perfect time to hook up with somebody.
And you know
So
the
yeah,
opposite.
go solo.
You know the opposite of that, right?
What would be the opposite of that?
To see the exact worst they would ever look, you set their garbage can on fire and wait for them to run outside. Because if you want to see how someone really looks, you want to see them in an emergency leaving their house. Because like the way I look here at my place is like a Saturday when I'm laying around. If someone like blew up, the front door and I had to run out, that wouldn't be the best sight. So you need to see
Right.
someone in emergency conditions running out of their house because that's how they actually look inside when no one's around.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see me when no one's around. You really wouldn't.
Oh,
You
I
wouldn't want
have.
to see me. You wouldn't want to see me if someone's around. Yeah, you have seen me when no one's around.
In
Basically,
Vegas.
stumbling. Yeah, drinking Gatorade getting Gatorade out of the pop machine at 3 in the afternoon in my underwear, not giving a shit. What are they gonna do? Kick me out? It's Vegas.
Roker, I had we'll wrap up on this because I went to Starved Rock this weekend. Are you familiar
Wow,
with that?
I've been well, I went to Montessori school, son. Of course, I've been to Starved. I've camped at Starved Rock.
Oh, you have? Okay. So I went
Yeah,
on I walked 22,000 steps
nice.
on Sunday. It's not nice because my feet are killing me.
Congratulations. So apparently
I
your
have,
girlfriend wanted to go to Starved Rock, huh?
yeah. So she wanted to go, and
Yeah.
you get into I'm about 7,000 steps in at the waterfall. I'm like, cool. This is awesome. And then I'm like, oh shit, we're not even done walking one way, and then we have to come all the way back out the other way.
Yep.
So it's like I'm limping on the way out. Then we go to this place, which is very. I have to say, if you're ever in Utica, Illinois, this place Lodi Tap House.
I've heard of it.
You have heard of it?
I have heard of it. I've never been to
Whatever.
Utica though.
They're super nice. Utica's a weird. It's like a little tiny town. Whatever. But whatever. They were super nice in this place. But as usual, you know what happens when I eat a bacon cheeseburger, cheese curds. They were called like fat fries or something.
Yeah. See, the thing is, if you eat the cheese curds and stuff like that, I mean, you should be plugged up. You shouldn't be
Not
having
me.
a dookie emergency. It should
Well,
be absolute opposite
I
of
had
a
these
dookie
fries.
emergency. And you're having all that cheese and stuff.
I had these fries here.
Yeah, I'm sure that you have. I'm sure that that's like the picture on your phone now.
Here's the cheese curds.
And I missed because I actually forgot about it. I got the email from Culver's and then forgot about it.
Oh, for
the
your
day
birthday?
that they were doing the day that they were doing the cheese curd burger.
Well, check this out. So I'm at this place here, this Lodi Tap House, and we start driving, and she's talking to me. I'm like, I can't talk right now. I'm like, I have to pull over. So we go to one of the worst places in Illinois, Morris, Illinois. Have you been to Morris? They have like a porn, one of those, those like, what's that place called? Lion Video Store or something? They're all over Indiana. Lion's Den.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like the
there's
porn
also Lions
superstore?
Video in Lions.
Oh, there is.
That's a different store. Yeah, there's a Lions Video in Lions.
Okay, well, this is a porn shop, and like,
yeah, there was a porn shop too. Yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay.
It would have like VHS tapes of like Mr. Mom and stuff in front, and then you go in the back, and the whole thing is like porn.
There's a place called the Playground on Kedzie, like 103rd and Kedzie. It's called the Digital Playground or something like that. And it's a video store that's still open to this day.
Yeah.
But half of it's all porn.
Yeah.
So check this out. So I'm like, I can't talk. I have to. So I'm like, fuck. So I get off at the first exit, and there's a Walmart and there's a Culver's. And I'm like, fuck, the Culver's is going to be easy. Now, here's the problem. Going into Culver's, they only have one stall. All of them, right? There's no way they have more than one stall.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm risking that some other slob is in there taking a shit.
It's a risk.
And I got lucky again because I run in, the seat is up, which is when the seat's up, it's like the greatest thing ever. right? Because you know that no one's been there
It
in a
hasn't
while.
been used. It actually was just, it hasn't been used since the bathroom was cleaned.
Most likely.
Right.
But at the very least, I put the seat down. I do a wipe with the toilet paper and everything, and I was in there for a while. But I want to thank the Morris Culvers for having a clean bathroom because it wasn't that clean, but all I care about in that situation is having ample toilet paper and a clean seat.
Well, the show always seems to turn to Dookie one way or another, either metaphorically or actually. But I'll say this to you: your luck will run out one day. So your luck will run out one day. So just kind of keep that. I don't wish it on you. But maybe you should, not have that kind of food before long car trips. If you're going to be going through Morris or whatever.
Well, you would think walking 22,000 steps that my body would accept that meal like it's dying for something. But no, emergency immediately.
No, absolutely. Well, and actually, you've just nullified your steps by going to get that meal. You just nullified your steps. I know. Yeah, I mean, I know how you're. I just walked 22,000 steps. Now I can have a Alfredo deep dish pizza, right? Maybe you should go the other direction just once and see how that works.
So, wait, what? What are you, the health expert now?
No, I'm not the health expert, but I'm just saying. Don't load up on the fried cheese curds and the cheese fries with the bacon and the burger and all that just after you've walked the 22,000 steps.
Yeah. Well, I do want to thank the Culvers and Morris. Thank you for having a clean bathroom. That was very nice. That was very good.
Well, they're probably thanking themselves right now. Probably going, thank God we cleaned that because Lord knows.
I need to figure out a way to not have to go to the bathroom after I eat. Like, what could I do? Does anyone know? I mean, there has to be something I could do, right?
Well, there are pills that you can take.
There are?
Yeah. They're basically like starch pills. They're basically like cornstarch. So they're a thickener.
I don't know if I want that either.
Anti-diarrheal type of.
To me, constipation seems even worse. So I don't know if I want that in my life. Because you're the master of constipation, right? Isn't that your thing?
I've been called a lot of things in my life. That's the first time I've ever been called the master of constipation. I'm trying to not be constipation does absolutely suck.
Dominic said I would look into Metamucil. It makes you more regular. But Dominic, I'm regular every day.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, right. He's more.
Yeah, I'm ready all the time.
Than regular.
I'm like a dude on Viagra, like 7 pills of Viagra, always like ready to roll. That's me all day. Well, the major news from today's show is
that you're wrapping your subs in cellophane in
parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
I haven't done it yet, but that's the plan. So I will be coming.
Awesome.
I will be coming correct. Roker, you still do your Roker Radio podcast. How do people find that?
Just search Roker Radio wherever you get your podcasts. Yeah,
very
Apple
simple.
Podcasts, Spotify. Yep.
All right, and we'll be here next Tuesday at 3:15. Next Tuesday, we plan on getting it going. Boom, right at 3:15.
Knock on wood. That's the plan.
And
that is the plan.
Hey, a couple things you could do. Number one, subscribe to the audio version of this. Just search my name, Abe Cannon, wherever, in all podcast players. Just type SLOB Show. It'll come up. Share this. If you're watching the actual video, share it. And especially if you listen on Apple, comment, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Those are all things that will help because we need to get to 1 million listeners. 1 million listeners and viewers combined. Because once we hit 1,000,000, then Roker and I, we just do whatever we want for the rest of our
Make
lives.
that money. Make that money.
Not
Make
even the
that money.
money, but then if you have an audience of 1,000,000 that listen to a podcast every week, you're set. So
Well,
share
I
it.
think we're only 999,942 away. So we're on our way. Very, very quickly, I want to just a couple of people have written in the comment section. Tom Smith, what about the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas? I don't go to any place called the Heart Attack Grill. I don't like bringing any things like that into my mind, into my thought process. I don't like that. So I'll never be at the Heart Attack Grill. I'm looking for one other comment. Someone said that
Bob
Gibson's
Huber,
too expensive. Ruth Chris is better. And the Ruth Chris downtown is gone.
Yeah.
The Ruth Chris on Hubbard is gone now.
Bob Huber said,
Gibson's is very expensive. Very expensive.
Have you ever had Texas Roadhouse cheese fries? It's like they're putting pizza cheese on top. Ooh, not bad, Bob. I'll check that out.
I do like Texas Roadhouse. I haven't had their cheese fries yet, but I've only been there a couple of times. But again, that would be a situation where it exceeded my expectations. Now, my expectations were not very high.
Yes,
they weren't high at all, but going there exceeded the expectations. So I like Texas Roadhouse.
And the owner of Texas Roadhouse, he just died. Actually, he's like, during COVID, he was spending all this money. Like, he was giving all his employees tons of money and stuff, and like keeping them employed. He just died like right after that. But
oh no.
So he's a great guy.
I think I remember seeing that on the news, that he was doing everything he could to keep the restaurants open and keep all the employees safe and employed and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. He seems like and he just passed away too. The tuition reimbursement they're offering, higher rates he was paying people. Like, this is a great guy. He died 2 days after going on medically. That sucks. Oh, he died of suicide. Maybe that's. What if? Oh, I wasn't expecting to read that. Wow. He dies of suicide after experiencing unbearable COVID symptoms. He had COVID.
Wow.
But whatever. He I guess his COVID was just like ungodly. It was horrible. But this dude was a super great guy. Like, he did so much for his employees. So I would say support Texas Roadhouse. I'm sure his family's still involved.
I've gotten, and when I say I mean Claire, because I don't bother with going in or calling them or anything like that. But gotten great customer service from them.
From Texas Roadhouse?
Great customer service from them. They forgot something in our order, and we called back, and they were like, "Oh, I hate when I order something from someplace and they don't include it. It's such a letdown. What's your name? Blah blah blah." It's like, okay, we'll give you a free so-and-so to replace that one, and another free so-and-so next time you're here. We're sorry that happened.
Tons of people about it.
See, that's the opposite of your don't want to give you any sauce type of thing, right? You see, that customer service makes you want to come back. Customer service can sometimes even be better than the food. I will go back for good customer service. I will assume that the food, I'm assuming they're having an off night with the food if the customer service is on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll give them another chance.
Josh Urbanowski, do you guys ever have Jackie's on Pulaski? Yes, Josh, I grew up on Jackie's, and that woman in there memorizes an order. There's a Polish lady in there. She will memorize. You could tell her 55 different hot dogs. One with only mustard, one with mustard and ketchup, one with only tomatoes, one with ketchup, mustard, and onions, one with pickles only. She will read it back to you immediately. She'll be like, all right, you have two everything, two only pickle, two. I'm like, oh my God, this lady's nuts. She's a famous lady on the South Side. Jackie's hot dogs on like 50 something in Pulaski.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. There's a Chinese place by my house, and I'll always get like beef and pea pods, spicy with no water chestnuts.
Mm.
And my wife will call it in, she'll order, blah, blah, blah. And literally, we haven't ordered from there in a year.
Mm.
And she'll order and go, can we get some beef and pea pods? And she go, spicy, no water chestnut for your husband, right?
See, there you go.
How did you know?
Well, they have names written down probably.
Dude, I had that happen to me at Harrah's in Vegas at the bar. It happened to me at Harrah's in Vegas at the bar by the back entry, by that revolving door where we went out and saw Elvis, the Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
Going to the bathroom at McDonald's and stuff.
Yep, where he had his jumpsuit hanging over the door in the bathroom.
So out that door, right?
I'm gonna find that picture right now.
I hadn't been to Harrah's in a year, and I sit down, and the bartender goes, Crown Royal on the rocks and an Amstel Light, and I'm like, what?
See, I get embarrassed when they know my order. Like if I go to Taco Bell and they're like, oh, the usual, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, it's like, that's my last time. And I stopped going to places because of that sometimes.
Wow.
I got to find this picture of this Elvis. Oh, it's right here. I just found it.
It pops up every year around the anniversary of the Mayweather Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah.
It pops up every July or so on my phone. Yes.
Here he is right here. Roker.
You have an infinity did you go out for Elvis this Halloween, or did you just stay?
No, I didn't dress up this year.
That's right.
Roker and I went as Roker was CeeLo Green and I was Elvis like 3 years in a row.
As a matter of fact, literally something just popped up on my phone that said, this year I'm going to CeeLo Green, and last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. See, when you're a big guy, you gotta get one costume and you stick to it. It's not like you have options.
Yeah,
exactly. You have to find something that fits, and then you stick with it. Oh, it probably is not going to show up on my phone today because it was yesterday. But yeah, he's showing up. I'm showing up as CeeLo. He's showing up as Elvis, but we both have like the same glasses on.
Exactly.
Because they're just like Elvis glasses,
Yeah. I should be able to find that picture pretty easily. You come up as one of my people on my phone, so all your pictures are in a nice file together.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Let's see. Is this the
here's one of them.
That's just a nightmare. That's a nightmare scenario for all the hot chicks in the club. That is a nightmare scenario right there.
Because they're like, these guys are too hot. What are they doing here?
I know.
They're like, man,
I can't help myself.
Like, that's too great. Look,
you just could tell it's like we just think we're the shit. We think that we are just so badass. Unbelievable. It's a go-to.
Right, well,
that's why it's called a go-to, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's my entry real quick. So here's me as CeeLo holding up a picture of CeeLo on my phone.
Doing the CeeLo face.
Doing the CeeLo face. Yes. Yes.
God.
Fake tattoos and everything.
Oh, that's right. You did put on the fake tattoo, didn't you?
I did. I did put on fake tattoos.
You really went all out on that one.
I did. I worked at it, man. I'm like, gotta sell it. Gotta sell it. It's like wrestling, right? You gotta sell it.
That's correct. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. And remember, worry about the dollars, not the pennies. Thank you.
Yes. And Justin Johnson, thank you for the reminder. Go now. Run. Don't walk. Target.
Oh.
Jewel. Walmart. All the Halloween candy is on clearance. Clearance.
Run.
And the good stuff goes first. Clearance. 75% off sometimes.
Man.
Run, don't walk. I sent Claire to the store this morning to go get some.
Center.
It's true.
All right.
I'm going to ignore Tom Smith that
his racist comment
written down that I can go as Coco Beware. I'm just going to ignore it. Like it never happened. It's not funny.
By the way, Roker and I will be at the Disturbed concert on Thursday if anyone wants to say hi. We'll be there as a couple.
I will. I may be a little hard to find. I'll be the black guy.
Exactly. It's at the Hard Rock, the new Hard Rock Casino. So Roker and I will be there in Indiana. Let's just hope we don't fall off a ledge trying to drive there, because the exit used to be you just die.
It was a dead end. It was like the Blues Brothers. It was like when the Nazis fell off the
exactly.
road in the Blues Brothers.
And it's just like
7 years.
It's 2 pieces of wood crossed that just says "Do not enter." It's like you just fall in. Like, what the fuck?
So hopefully they fix that road.
Yeah, yeah. You would hope. I don't know. I mean, I don't drive. I always get a flat. I hope that I don't get a flat tire. I hope there's an easy way out of this casino. Like, do they have actual roads that leave now? Because when you go to like the other casinos out there, you have to go through like potholes, a bunch of gravel. Like, I always get a flat tire.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
So let's hope that
doesn't happen.
Let's hope that this new casino is actually set up so that you could go right off the expressway right into the casino.
Exactly. Well, the first thing we need to do is get our Hard Rock casino cards as soon as we enter the building.
That's
I actually have one, but it probably isn't good anymore.
No, we need the new ones, the fresh ones.
Yeah, I got mine from the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a bit ago.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see you at Disturbed. I'll be the black guy who's 6 feet away from you.
Exactly. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Peace out.